Diagonal parking is a very important technique. You know why?
Why?
Because we like shopping.
We do.
Yes.
Very much.
Girls have to shop. Hello.
Yes.
All right, so here we go. We're going to do some diagonal parking. You see these two cars here, the blue one and the white one?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go between those two cars. The first car you come to, that's the blue Toyota Yaris, whatever that is. That's the car that we're using as our reference car. All right, so let's move forward, and we'll talk about that reference as we get a little closer to it. All right, now you slow down a little bit and stop right about there. Perfect. So the reference point that we're looking at, folks, is the point where the right corner of the bumper of that vehicle is lined up with the top center of your side view mirror. And here I'll show you a picture of it. Isn't that beautiful? Very good. So that's the reference point. Now, Angela, from this position, it's just like making a left turn. Let's go for it. As you make your turn, very important, look straight through the space. Go ahead and turn. You're at the turning point. That's right. It's not the contemplative point. It's a turning point. And now you turn back the other way, hand over hand, and look straight ahead. Keep looking straight. One more turn to your right, and it's perfect. Almost one more turn. Right there, and stop. Perfect. And the stopping position is when your shoulder is across from the back, the front wheel, check that, the front wheel of the car that you use as a reference to begin with. So right now, your shoulder is even with their front tire. Whereabouts? Pretty close, right? All right, a little past it, but that's okay. That gets you in deep enough. All right, now backing out, of course, we have to shift the reverse to make that happen. So let's go to reverse. Good. You're going to look over your left shoulder. That's where the traffic's coming from. Okay? Occasionally, you're going to glance to the right, but you're going to roll back slowly until your shoulder is across from the back seat of that vehicle. So let's do that. Roll back slowly. That's it. Doing great. And right about there. Good. Now, this is where you start turning. To your left. Correct. And occasionally glance to your right because you're watching for people coming the wrong way. Look over there sometimes. There you go. Good. Very, very nice. Now we're set up to do a right diagonal park. In the right diagonal park, again, very similar to the left diagonal park, we're using the very first car as our reference car. So in this case, it's that blue Jaguar. You know, I like to use really high-priced, expensive cars as reference cars. It adds a little, drama to the experience, I think. All right, so the corner of that bumper is going to line up right inside the corner of this window. That is, the left corner of the bumper will line up inside this area. No worries. There's no mistakes in driving, just new opportunities learned, okay? All right, so when you get to this point, I think you're ready to start your turn. Is it there?
Yes.
Well, let's go for it. Here we go. And start turning. Good. About 4, 5 turns. That's enough turning. Great. Now, stop for a second. Stop everything. Because I noticed that when you came into the left diagonal park, there was something that was happening that probably made you feel a little nervous. You probably thought, well, am I going to make it, right? And you started to look left and right, and that it sort of affected the way you were steering. It made your steering not as true to the space. So this time, I'm going to ask you to do something that's easy and yet difficult. It's the difficult, most easiest thing to do. It's the easiest, most difficult thing to do, actually. That is to look in a straight line. It's easy to look in a straight line, but it's difficult to make yourself want to keep doing it, right? You're going to be tempted to look at those parked cars, but, you have to fight the temptation.
Okay.
Can you do that for me?
Yes.
All right. So your target is way out to the end of that lane. Just look there, move in slowly, and then you'll be able to know when it's time to turn back. You'll sense it. You will feel it in your bones. And then stop the car right here because your shoulder is now even with the tire. Isn't that amazing?
It is.
You felt it, didn't you?
Yeah.
I felt it too. Great. Time to learn something new. All right, we'll see you later.